Hey everyone, I canceled my gym membership. I got a whole readout when I sent them a letter, Planet Fitness, saying I wanted to cancel, and I guess they send a email standard anyways. I was surprised how quick it got there, but it's only like 20 miles away, less than that. Gym, the home gym, you have to send a letter to, and it said I'd been signed up with Planet Fitness 22 months. Was that right? I think. Yeah, technically I signed up October 31st. So does that count as a month? Because that does July. So if we just skip July, August, September, October. So I don't know. I don't even know how to do the math. But I'm Angelo. I live in my car, homeless filmmaker. My hair is as long as it's ever been as an adult. I got the stylus for my phone. I love using it. I hate using my finger now. It feels weird using my finger, and it hurts my fingers to use it. Basically, I couldn't afford to keep my gym membership, and also I don't use the gym anymore. I work out in the park. I do burpees a lot, and I did a good several sets of them today, and I don't want to shower there now because I'm worried about this pandemic. And also the other thing is, it's just a bunch of little details, tedious little details. There's a gym real close by, it gets really busy. And now Planet Fitness only opens at 5 a.m. So if I want to avoid the crowd and go there earlier, I can't. And I'm getting up at like earlier and earlier every day. I get up at like 4:45 in the morning now, or 4:40 today, although I lied down to like, I don't know, 5:15 or something. But uh, the gym that's close gets too crowded. There's another gym that has way less people, but it's like 7 miles away. So I was driving there every day for months, but it just got to be a pain in the ass. And I hated how it's just wearing on my tires and my car and burning gas. So it was a waste. So I just shower outside my car every day. And that's on top of the fact that it's like $22 a month. So thank goodness they didn't charge me anything to leave. I guess after a year you don't have to pay for leaving early, or I don't know if it's a full year or 6 months or something. But they charge early cancellation and all that. So I was glad to see that, but it was sad to see. I swear, it felt like someone died in a way. It's like, oh man, like this place has been good to me. I've used it to shower hundreds of times. Driven across the country and used Planet Fitness, and now I'm not using it. And it's surreal because now, let me get comfortable. Los Angeles, it may go into a shelter-in-place order again, and we've never really fully come out of it. I'm still here at Sunspace, which is closed down, and I don't live here. I just come here during the day and edit my videos, or really lately just doing screenwriting. So that's another topic. So first of all, yeah, we may get another shelter-in-place order again if they say it doesn't get under control. If the infections don't, and there's no reason to think it will now. So just in my pocket. It's good if we get it, but the mayor Garcetti is calling on Congress to give aid here because people need money. The unemployment rate in LA is like 20%, and people are going to need support if they're home from work. And it's just, like I said, surreal thinking. It's been like since the middle of March we had the shutdown. So April, Abril, Mayo, Junio, Julio, about 4 months now. Abril, Mayo, Junio, Julio. Yeah, 4 months. And I was thinking today, I forget what life was like before this. I barely see anyone I know anymore. I've met hundreds of people in LA. At all these film events, I would try and go talk to as many people as I could, just ask their name, say how they find themselves here, whatever. Some I kept in contact with or follow online, and yeah, it's just, or I've worked with them. And it's just really messed up to think, man, like, I haven't seen hardly anyone I know. If I want to go out somewhere where there's people I know, I'll go to the food bank, and that's it. And I try not to even go there because, um, I have my food stamp card, and I try and spend as little as I can with that and still eat healthy. And I go to the food bank, and even at the low prices, it still adds up to a lot. But anyways, a certain point of the month, I have to, because food goes so quick. Even going to the dollar store and stuff, I am tired. I've been up since like 4:40 in the morning. I'm getting up early every day because if I get up later, the sun comes up. It gets too hot. I don't like it. The sun burns me up. I got sick of getting up later. I go in cycles where I get sick of getting up later, then I get sick of getting up early, and I tried to nap a little today. I had too much energy. So what else I did was I spent a lot of today working on my screenplay, and just my outline for it. Now I was thinking, today I'm going to be ready to start writing the actual screenplay. I have a 25-page outline I've been working on, over 10 drafts, and until now I've been going fairly quickly through the outline, meaning I don't stop and read it carefully and really question how does each moment connect to the next. I've been doing that, but not very deeply, just deep enough to get through the outline, because I don't want to be. The problem is when you write, it's easy to think, oh, I don't want to write anything because it's going to be bad, and therefore I shouldn't do it. So as a way of not worrying about that, I just write and write. It's not that I write anything. I'm trying to think of how to do it. That's why I've written 10 drafts. But I was thinking today, okay, I'm ready to write my screenplay, I think, but I wanted to read through the outline again. Thank goodness I did. I caught a bunch of stuff. I'm like, oh, this seems like there could be a lot more going on here. Certain moments I realized, oh, I'm just repeating myself here. This is ridiculous. And it's still in there, and I'm like, oh shit, what am I going to do about that? But I've kept adding more and more stuff that I think helps so much, and realizing the difference between having written nothing and having written a decent outline is only, so much, whatever. And it takes a lot of work, but the difference between that, like writing a decent outline or something approaching good, and writing a really great one so I know my story's plotted well, so the dialogue is not doing all the heavy lifting, and I can make it the most interesting, each scene unfold in the most interesting way possible. To go for the difference from fairly good or decent, there are parts I'm glad about. I don't want to get into that, but from that to great to really tightly working to where it's so sharp, it's a much smaller difference, but it takes so much more effort because you have to look so much more deeply at every beat of the story and so critically, and really not take for granted that, oh, it's there and I wrote it and it's great, therefore it's good. Really think, like, okay, how can this go further and deeper, and what's it going to look like on screen? I've sort of tried to avoid thinking of that so far because it just overcomplicates things. But now I'm starting to think of that more, and I'm like, oh, these characters would have so much more room to interact in certain ways within the same scene, but to twist it into the most interesting version of that scene possible. We've all seen scenes of people talking, arguing, disagreements, values, opposing each other. How do you make it the most interesting way possible? And so that's what I'm really trying to get at now, even with my outline. I'm realizing it's going to take a while, and I thought I'd have time to read a screenplay tonight and start outlining it. Oh, I see I have a hole in my shirt. But it's getting it's like 9:40. I am tired, and I'm going to try and get up at like 4:40 again, because even when I get up tired, I'm like, oh, I'm okay. It's not like I have to be stuck at a job I hate. I'm wondering when I'll have to get one of those. But I just get up, do my routine stuff, exercise, whatever, and if I have to, I'll take a nap later. But lately I've had so much energy working on my screenplay, I can't even nap. And today I just had so much angst over it. I felt so overwhelmed with all kinds of emotions. And it was partly, I feel how powerful it is to write something, but also feeling so frustrated, like, damn it, I can't let this be a mediocre story. There are plenty of horrible movies. There are plenty of... What the hell? Message was on my phone. There are plenty of great ones, much less. And there's many, many mediocre ones where clearly the writers and filmmakers were smart. And clearly the story makes sense and everything, but they just failed to dramatize it properly. And so they're not like these, absolutely inane, like, you look at old B movies that are just ridiculous and so bad they're good, This is like, I'm thinking, oh man, I cannot, please don't let me fall into that trap of a mediocre film. That's just okay. It's perfectly sensible. It's perfectly clear. We understand what's going on, but it's not engrossing, and it doesn't make us feel anything strong. So that's what I was really pushing myself on today, and realizing I have to let it happen. I can't force it. Meaning, I sit there, I type. Every day I go to my computer, I come here and think, that's it. I don't think I'll be able to type anymore today. And sure enough, I open up my document, and I start typing. And I start typing more and more. But, yeah, it's always scary. And then I started taking notes on a whole new screenplay. I took like 6 pages, not just notes, a beat outline. And thinking, oh my goodness, what am I doing? I have no idea how to work it. It's scary. And this is not even something I really plan on making. It's just something I want to do for fun. And even with that, it was getting scary, thinking, oh, it has to be perfect. Then I realized, no, don't let yourself write badly. You have to get it out of you. I wrote a whole horrible screenplay, and it's not that it was actually like it would be a horrible, terrible movie. It's just totally mediocre that thinks it's very profound. And I wrote this like 2 or 3 years ago, 90% of it. I knew how it was going to end, and it was very difficult to write. It was so painful to write, and I thought it would be really good, and I realized it just wasn't. I got feedback from a professional screenwriting consultant who just said it was not working, and I was crushed. But I realized not only was he right, but I have to totally learn this, a lot better than I thought I knew it. And so I'm reading a bunch of screenplays. It's helping so much, and now I had to get that out of me. It was so painful, but I had to get it out of me. And even from that first screenplay, the faintest idea is making its way into this. So much so that even this professional screenwriting consultant I hired said, maybe you have something with this one aspect of the story. Maybe something can be turned into a movie of that, but as it is, you have no story. And that is one crucial aspect that's going into this movie. That initially I was writing into another one. Recording video while charging may quickly, I don't know what the message was saying. Should I unplug it? Oh, may quickly overheat the phone? I don't know. Message popped up on my screen and went away. But it's better. I put that into the story. I don't want the wind from the fan blowing on the phone. So from several years ago of that, I don't want, it wasn't a horrible experience. It was horrible to go through, but I'm glad I went through it. I had to go through it. And even all that is informing what I wrote today. Over 11 drafts into it. I saved it as my 11th file, but it's well over 11 drafts. So I save all my previous versions. It's just good to have, to know the progress I've made. And who knows if it'll ever be useful. Maybe it'll just be a historical document someday, where people can see the progress and use it to study for their own screenplays. But, and it's also just helping me enormously to understand movies. I'm realizing, this is important for anyone who wants to be in movies. Like critics would benefit from reading screenplays and understanding them. And a lot of them do. Or at least I've seen ones that do. I don't know if a lot of them do. So it was just an overwhelming experience doing that. I had to sort of take a break from it in a way. It was just so much. And then I was looking up other stuff about reviews of other movies. I was missing Roger Ebert's reviews. I was like, man, I used to read his reviews every week. I was curious what he wrote. And just thinking how much I miss him. And then reading one of his old reviews of Sideways, the Alexander Payne movie. And thinking, I got to go back to this movie. I've read the screenplay. and I have to outline it because this is a really good one to understand. So, anyways, I'm going to get going. I am tired, and got to keep going through this and losing weight. I guess I am. I don't know. I barely ate today. I did eat way too much peanut butter. This dollar store peanut butter I got is damn good, and it's a big jar of it, and it's $1, so it's way cheaper than at the regular grocery store. You get it for like $3, even the cheapest one. All right, I'm ready to fall asleep.